want to bring you in here because at the end of the day, you cannot say, well, this is a pervert. It can happen anywhere. It's a one-off incident. The management can't be held responsible. There can be steps that every management can take, and probably should take, isn't it, Brinda?
Right, Deepak. Management at no point can absolve itself of its responsibility. It is the management that must extend that confidence to every person coming into that cafe, that they are safe. Their privacy will not be invaded. And it is the job of whoever is in charge of whatever branch to make thorough routine checkup, probably hourly, probably every day. I don't know. They need to devise all of these ways. There are perverts, like you mentioned, everywhere, different levels, all kinds. But that said, I want to reiterate to what Ms. Khushbu was talking about. There must be certainty of punishment and swift punishment. Having laws and filing a case, and now we wait for the FSL report. Okay, how long will it take? Will it take 15 days, 30 days? Or will it go on and on? We need to be able, the justice system, the state mechanisms, and the machinery must be able to say, these are cases that can be tried immediately and punishment meted out, given immediately. The immediately means in the first 90 days, if not 100 days. Because often the burden of being safe, of being careful, of not watching around, of being whatever is on the woman. There's nobody else taking responsibility for it. Oh, why did she? If this woman, this girl, this lady, whoever went in over there, probably was very, very, observant. Not everybody is observant. We all are in a hurry. Yeah. Go into the toilet and come out. So how is it that this guy got away? And we must also keep in mind that our state governments and the union government do not have very strong laws where cyber crimes are concerned, nor is there swift action, because we know that these kind of people, like this culprit in the third wave cafe, are people who supply material for pornography, and and nobody's stopping this pornography. Nobody questions. Nobody is punished. Whether it is first level, second level culprit, punish them. Because you cannot leave this and say, oh, he is a pervert. Everybody is a pervert. And where is the education on the part of the governments to say that this is against the law and an action of this nature will be taken against you? If we can have a Swachh Bharat mission, why can we not have a Safe Bharat mission?
Absolutely. And probably this is not just a Bengaluru issue. This is an issue that as a country needs to be looked at, and every state and even the center should probably look at bringing in rules. Like you said, of course, the management as well should equally take the onus here, do routine checks in washrooms, in trial rooms, or any places where, women's privacy or anybody's privacy can be intruded, especially if you're running a business and if you're making money off the people. The least that people expect is for their privacy, of course, to be maintained. Dr. Hari Shetty, I want to come to you here. Two things. One is, of course, the women who go through something like this. And like Brinda was pointing out, and hopefully it's not the case in such instances. And in many other cases, we've seen, perverts filming women in various places and then, selling that content to various websites. It, of course, leaves a big, it's a traumatic experience for a woman in particular. And more importantly, can people in the management really, when they do background checks of individuals, looking into a personality of an employee, is that something that could be considered? Are there signs to watch out for to know that anybody is capable of doing something like this? Give us a little more perspective into that.
That's a very good question. But let me explain to you, most of the psychological tests are qualitative, unlike the physical tests, which are quantitative, which means if you say hemoglobin is 8, hemoglobin is 8. But when you do a psychological test, it may not give you a clear-cut understanding of who will behave how. It will give you an understanding which may not be accepted by the psychologist who's treating the person, or a psychiatrist who's treating the person. So what is important is constant technological audit inside the organization. Mental health audit. How many of these organizations have a mental health policy? How many of these organizations have mental health checkups? And along with technological audit, a very good mental health audit of the company continuously. Oh, yes, you will do executive health checkups every year, but do you do a proper mental health checkup once in 3 months? Having said that, I agree with all the panelists that deterrence and punishment has to be fast, quick, and rapid for him to understand. But at the same time, when he's in jail, please give him corrective counseling, which will help him not repeat it after he comes out. So this is something which is lacking. Somebody laughed when one of the AAP members said, "You need to put more funds in prisons." Yes, you need to put more funds in prisons. They're overcrowded. There are hardly psychiatrists or psychologists in the prison. So along with deterrence, you need to actually do a lot of corrective counseling. An organization should have mental health policy where they do audit of the IT and the place and the ecosystem. At the same time, do mental health checkups continuously. Just a psychological test or a 360 degrees evaluation or a personality inventory actually may not be able to predict for sure that somebody would do this or somebody would not.